On the Fozcast today, you're going to be treated to only our second ever Fozcast live because we made the trip over to Wrexham to talk in front of nearly 1,000 people to James McClean, Elliot Lee and Kitman Ewan about all things Red Dragons, and also big shout out to everybody at Creative Futures at Wrexham University for filming it for us, you bunch of legends of the Fozcast. Hello, Wrexham. Before we get into it, honestly, I mean this from the bottom of my heart as well. Like, this is really nice. I'm really touched by this because when we first announced that we were going to do this, I thought, I really hope people actually turn up. It would be quite nice if they fill the place out. Because if it was like 20 or 30 of you, I'd be thinking, God's sake, this is horrible. So thank you. I really do mean that. It's cold, it's wet, it's raining outside. But you're here, and that's all that matters. We've got a battle show for you. Two of your favourite players tonight. Elliot Lee, James McClean, and we've got, a little bit later, a special guest, haven't we, Tom?
We have got a special guest. Don't get too excited. It's not Ryan or Rob.
It's not Ryan or Rob. But he's just as important.
He's just as important.
I promise you, he is just as important to this Wrexham team as them two. So no more messing around. Boys, come on. James McClean, Elliot Lee.
Dan, can we just start with, we're also very pleased that we won yesterday. And Elliot scored, because on the back of a hiding, it might not have been as much fun.
No, it wouldn't have been as much fun. However, we won, and we're still top of the league, and we're definitely getting promoted at the end of the season as well. Right, boys, let's start with the game yesterday. I'm going to come to you, James. Talk to me about how it all went. Come on.
We got away with one, to be honest. We weren't, we were a bit sloppy yesterday, kind of caused our own problems, but the important thing, we got the one. That's the main thing, especially saying a good team. When you're not playing your best, but you're still...
What is it that wasn't good, and why does it go
We were just sloppy in possession. Like, we were just, I don't know, we were a bit lethargic, kind of... I think we kind of took a bit of the Birmingham game, the performance from the Birmingham game, and the game yesterday, where we were a bit standoffish, not as our energetic, like high press and in your face kind of performance. But Gaffer, rightly so, gives a kick up the backside at half time, and the second half improved a little bit. But look, we got the one, and that's all that matters.
How many swear words did you say at half time?
He had a few at me, so I was only counting the ones he had at me, but there was a few more after that as well. So, but like I said, like we needed it. Like I said, we kind of took that bit of a hangover from the Birmingham game, into the game, especially after losing as well. You just kind of want to get back on track. So maybe that kind of played a part. But again, the character this team has, especially at home, we find the way they won, and like you said, we're still top of the league, so all's good.
Do you think there were any swear words aimed at Golden Boy?
The Golden Boy? No chance. Were there?
At me? I don't think I got it yesterday, did I?
No, you didn't.
I've had it in the past.
I don't think I've ever seen you get it, to be honest.
Helps when you scored, doesn't it?
Talk to me about your goal, Elliot.
Yeah, it was, for some reason, it was me, Moles and Max were the three on the penalty spot for corners, and they just left me free. And
I wonder why. Why would they leave little Elliot Lee?
I'm 6 foot plus, me. You need to watch it. But I remember looking at Moles, and he was just like, "Well, you can't mark all of us, so you just go where you want now." And then it just happened to drop, and then it dropped to Maxi. He got his head up, pulled it back, and I just happened to volley it in. But they just carried on leaving me free in the box.
How important is it winning these sort of games, the Crawley games, where you don't play very well, you still manage to get 3 points?
Oh, it's massively important. I think that's what the gaffer was mainly happy with after the game. He referred back to some of the National League games we played, where teams it was horrible to play against were not at our best, but listen, Fozzie, you've played at the racecourse, especially when we're attacking that end. It's hard to keep us out when it's going, even if we're playing bad. Just like yesterday, we weren't at our best, but we grind out wins because of that. Like Jimmy touched on it, the character of the team, the characters that the gaffer brings in. We don't give up even when we're not at it. And like I said, attacking that end at the racecourse is. You do well to keep a clean sheet.
They suck it in, don't they?
Yeah, it gets sucked in.
Do you know what I mean when I say that? You lot, it's like you're all standing behind, and you can just feel it's inevitable, isn't it?
It is. It's absolutely brilliant playing that end. I don't want to give one way too. Obviously, this is obviously going to go out to the public. But when I do the coin toss, like when I won the coin toss, I make sure first and foremost that we attack that end, so we can attack that second half. Like you can have the kick-off, because you'll get teams coming and they'll only turn you around. So that attacking that end in the second half has been a major plus for us since I've been here anyway. So I try and make sure that's the case.
So when you get Birmingham City back here in Wrexham, that's the plan, right?
That's the plan for every game. And by the way, we owe them one as well. So it's a game that we're.
Well, it looked like you gave them a bit last week, mate.
It brings us on nicely, doesn't it? It brings us on nicely.
That was just a warm-up. No, we'll get them back at our place.
There's quite a lot to digest from that game. I think Moles nearly did digest somebody, but we weren't gonna mention that, but it was there to be taken, wasn't it?
Let's talk about this first quickly, because we've just had a joke about it in the back room. We've just been talking about Moles. And you've asked Moles about this, haven't you? And what was Moles' excuse?
Oh, he's got a brilliant excuse. Like, he actually gets you thinking. When you asked him, I said, like, what were you thinking? And then he goes, well, how do you explain something that didn't happen? And it almost puts you in the back foot then, because you're thinking, right, what's my next question? So I would say it's probably a good answer, isn't it? But like, we've all seen the footage. He gives him a little snuff, and then he looks, and then he kind of opens the mouth, and then just kind of restrained himself, doesn't he?
Do you think, Elliot? Do you think that like just that split second, it pops in his head and it goes, It's on Sky. It's a big game. Just stop. Do you think it just kicked in at the right time?
Yeah, it must have, because obviously what you see on telly don't look great. But he says he weren't going for a bite. So
it's not an option.
Never been an option,
It's not even an option to bite somebody. So when you're in that position,
but he didn't bite them, Ben. That's what James is saying.
It's so good. It's such a good answer.
That's an absolutely brilliant answer, because. Like I said, you don't know what they ask next, because you're like, because it gets you thinking yourself in. Like, that's a good analogy, that.
Back to James though. So we're not letting you off the hook that easy. Ben, I think you described him on the way down as the best shithouse ever.
Yeah.
Excuse
Take that as a compliment.
That's a compliment. That's a compliment.
But Elliot, how good of a shithouse is he?
It's just Jimmy, isn't it? It's just Jimmy. Yeah. The amount of times I've had a little look, because he obviously plays to the left of me, and I just look over and go, Jimmy, did you get what I mean? And he's just like, it's just Jimmy.
He's not putting it on, is he?
No, not at all. No.
He's not even trying. This is like basic amateur level, entry level for you. This is just what you do.
No, I'm used to it by now. I've got it mastered to a T. Like, I know every comeback in the book now, so it's. But the thing is, I never initiate it. I just retaliate. Yeah. So I never.
Best way to be.
I never quite started. It comes to me. Trouble finds me.
You've known James a long time, though, haven't you, Ben?
Yeah.
So would you say he's not mellowed with age, or?
He's hard to explain, Jamie. He's a complicated. I would love to spend, like, just give me a minute, 2 minutes in his brain, right? And it would be, I could see like a circus, like a carnival, there'll be people on, what those like one-wheeled things that people ride around on?
Like a
unicycle.
Yeah, a unicycle.
It would be carnage in there. It would
It's
be...
eventful. It is. It's definitely eventful.
All right, let's talk about the Blues game then. It was dubbed as, what was it dubbed as, Tom?
Battle of Hollywood, the one I liked, which I smiled at, was El Plastico.
El Plastico.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. But we've got to ask, like, did it feel different, like, on the build-up to the game? Because all week it was Tom Brady, Rob, Ryan. Did it feel any different, Elliot?
No, I don't think so. Gaffer's very good at keeping the lads, because obviously we're used to all the hype around the club anyway. The Gaffer's very good at keeping our heads on what we have to do every day, every game. But yeah, it was a great atmosphere. Like, walking out to warm up and the whole game was a great atmosphere. But yeah, it didn't feel any different really. We didn't really look too much into the owner thing, but yeah, I think it was just, we know what we want to achieve this season and they know what they want to achieve, and it was just two good teams going at it.
It felt different watching on TV. It's like a League One game.
For a League One game, 30,000, that atmosphere as well, the quality of football on show as well. I was blown away by it, Jiminy. It was top level, wasn't it?
No, it was like they're a good side, and look, we have ambitions to get promoted this season. Like I said, in the build up the game, the whole outside noise, it didn't have effect on us. We wanted to win the game because they're going to be there thereabouts. We want to be there thereabouts, so we wanted to beat them. Make no mistake about it. Just on the night, we just weren't quite at it, so that was obviously disappointing. But in terms of like the atmosphere and yeah, like it was good to be a part of. Obviously, just disappointing. Like I said, disappointing that we didn't.
When you say we weren't quite at it, can you try and quantify that? Can you try and explain that? Because I think a lot of players sometimes do come out and say that, and it sounds sometimes like it's easy to say, but it's really hard to put your finger on, isn't it? As well?
Yeah, it wasn't by lack of effort, lack of trying, because we did. But look, you have to give them credit as well. They are a good side, and sometimes when on the night when you're just half a yard, it makes a massive difference. When you're just a half a yard not at it, where you're like pressing, getting the ball at half a yard, good players move the ball around well, and I just think momentum's key in football as well. Once they got that first goal, the momentum shifted with them. We kind of stopped doing the things that worked for us in the first 20 odd minutes. They get us and then when the momentum shifts, it's kind of hard to get that momentum back, and it just once it swung their way, for the rest of the game we didn't really grasp it back.
Were you guys aware of kind of the fanfare of it during and after the game? Was there anything in the changing room? Did you see anything like that? Did the owners come down? Tom Brady come down? Rob was there as well?
Yeah, no. Rob come and said hello to the boys before the game in the changing room. Wishes all luck. And then as we were on the pitch, we saw Tom Brady walking about, I think. But no, we weren't really aware of any of it until afterwards, and you see all the pictures and think Beckham was there and. Yeah, it's a bit wild, a League One game and that, but yeah, we weren't really aware of it until afterwards, and obviously it's not as cool when you lose, you know what I mean? Yeah. So
I think the nice, having sort of like seen it for a little bit myself and been in amongst it, is I think there's a lot of people watch it on telly, will see it through social media channels, and they think it is a little bit of a circus at times, don't they? I think they think there's all sorts going on, and it couldn't be further from the truth, is it?
No, look, we don't like. Speaking for myself, I'm sure I speak for El and the other players as well. We don't care about all that. Like we want to win. We focus on the game. We want to win, and it doesn't matter after the game, especially when you get beat. It doesn't matter who comes under the dressing room or who's there. You don't want to see anybody else because you're frustrated and you're annoyed about the game, and you know it's getting beat hurts. So that's all that matters. And like I said, you don't care who comes in the dressing room or who's all the side noise. Like you're not bothered whatsoever. You're focused on the game, and that's the way it has to be.
Fozzie, you remember after MK Dons, who walked in the dressing room, and we just got battered 5-3 first game of the season. Do you remember it?
No.
He tried to.
Ryan walked in with Hugh Jackman.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And we were all
As
just
you
like
do,
that,
yeah.
heads down. No one said hello to him.
Nobody batted an eyelid.
Nah, nothing.
That's Wolverine.
Yeah. No one said anything. Nothing. And then they just walked out and no one said a word to him. But then he's come in with some of the other mates and we're all out high-fiving, like, but not with him, because we just lost 5-3 to MK. Everyone was devastated.
How good is Deadpool 3, by the way?
I was sat in the house that day. It was just the day before I signed the day before, so I wasn't eligible for the game. So after that result, I was sitting there thinking, "Oh no, what have I done? what have I done here?" So
You signed the day
that's
before
where
the
my
MK
thoughts was that day.
I was late getting to the ground on that one. It was 2-0 by the time
Yeah,
I
because
walked in.
obviously I signed the day before, and obviously dropping down division, you're a bit kind of shouldn't I anyway. And at the time, Wigan had just won away to Derby, and we got beat 5-3 we got beat at home to MK, and I was sitting in the house thinking, "Oh no, what have I done? Have I done the right thing here?" But thankfully, it's worked out well.
Did you take much persuading, James? Like, obviously the manager's going to call you, were the owners involved? Like, how much persuasion did you need?
Look, I'll be completely honest, a lot to be honest, because I was quite settled at Wigan. They just made me club captain, and in all honesty, but they led me up the garden path because I had a year left in my contract, and they promised me this and that, new contract and all the works. So I was like, I'm quite settled where I am, family settled, I know my place here. And I knew there was obviously, I spoke with the manager, I knew there was interest from Wrexham. But I was quite settled where I was, and then literally 4 days before the start of the season, everything they promised me turned to be a lie. And then I was left with a decision, like, well, what do I do now? And I sat down, spoke to my family. Because you're always like, well, are people gonna judge me if I drop down division? Because I'm still playing international football at the time, and you're thinking, well, that's obviously going to play a part as well. How is that going to be perceived? And then when I sat back and spoke to the people around me, I was like, well, you know what? You're 34 now. Like, if you're going to move, which I had, like, there was no choice. I was basically made to walk the plank, so I knew I had to move. So it was like, there's no better exciting project and probably world football at the minute than Wrexham. So I was like, your next move. I always said I wanted to be something exciting. Could have went to the championship. What just been mid-table. You don't get remembered for things like that. So I was like, I want to go and be part of something. And yes, it's turned out to be the best thing I could have done.
Can I just say, we're going to talk about Elliot Lee in a bit as well. We're going to talk about you as a person, as a character, as a teammate as well. I've got to say, mate, I'm so proud of you. Do you know that, right? Listen, I'm not being soppy or anything here, right? But I remember you at Baggies at West Brom, and you would have been in your mid-20s, and you're just a normal lad footballer. You come here, right? Listen to this. It might sound long-winded, this, but you've come here. You're club captain, yeah? You kind of, some would say, into the twilight years of his career, still playing top-level football, absolute top-level football, and you're a leader. Every one of these lads, I guarantee you look up to you. And I guarantee as well, you've raised... You definitely do.
My left partner, I'm waiting for that. I don't know, Elliot, I can't say it.
All right, then you can answer this one. Has he raised the level of professionalism around the training ground?
Yeah, 100%. Jimmy, Fletch, there's so many people that have come in, but Jimmy especially, you see how he works every day. People won't see the work he does every day. It's outrageous, out of this world. And even some of the lads in training are laughing at how much work he does. But yeah, just little stuff like that. Lads see it and it rubs off on us. And especially for me, I mean, I've played with Jimmy beside me for over a year now, and seeing the work he does and the relationship that we've built together. Yeah, sometimes in the 90th minute, I still see him going up and down like this, and I don't know.
Still don't pass the ball to me.
Still use him as the distraction. Yeah. But yeah, no, he's been brilliant. It was another great addition from the gaffer, and yeah, like you said, he's club captain for a reason because of the example he sets to all the other lads. Yeah.
I think, Ben, when obviously you said about signing James, when you signed Ben, it was, I think there's a perception that maybe it's like they get Ryan and Rob to call and kind of schmooze you. But when you signed, it was very much speaking to the manager, and he wanted to know if you were up for it, didn't he? There was no nonsense. It was no Disney. It was, are you going to work for me?
Yeah.
And is this going to work for you?
The bit I really liked was he didn't care about what I'd done in football. He knew that I was a decent goalie, but he didn't care what I'd done in football, so he didn't let my reputation kind of dictate anything. He didn't care about that. He needed to know that I was up for the fight and that I knew exactly what I was signing up for and that I was a good guy to have around the place as well that's going to pull in the right direction. There's all of you lot. And that was a bit, I really got it from the managers. Honestly, I really got it that if I didn't tick all of them boxes, he would have just said, sorry, not for me. Yeah. Not for me. It was as simple as that.
That's what I got as well. Like, obviously, you know, there's interest in you, but when you're speaking to them, it's almost like you have to sell yourself to him, like you have to convince him to sign you, which I thought was good. Like, which I touched back on about being part of something special. It was him who said to me, it was the first time someone said to me, he said, like, when you retire, you want to be remembered as being part of something special. And those words really, like, stuck with me. Like, when you think about it, you do. Like, if this club goes on to be where it wants to be and has ambitions to be, like, when you look back and say, well, I was part of that journey, I helped the club get to where they want to be, like, I think that's something that I'll take immense pride in when it's all said and done.
Talk to me about that man there. How good is
the little magician?
How good is Elliot Lee?
I say to him every literally before you walk out every match, make sure you get on the ball today and let's go, little magician. Like, I call him the little magician. Nah, he's absolutely brilliant. Like, I know, like, there's some players on a football pitch, right, make a career out of hiding, not wanting the ball.
Name names. Go on, name names.
Play with a few. But he wants the ball no matter where he is, no matter if someone's right up his backside, no matter where he is on the pitch, he wants the ball. And not only does he want it, you know, when you give them, you can trust him that he's 9 times out of 10. He's going to make something happen, and that's an absolute joy, obviously, they have, because you're like, well, I know I can trust this lad with the ball, and this lad wants the ball, which is more important. So, his stats and his performances speak for himself. He's been absolutely brilliant.
Elliot, when I signed, Wrexham were in National League, we get promoted. And first of all, for you, it's a bit of a jump leaving Luton to go and sign for Wrexham, all the way back in the National League. It's a big old leap of faith, and I'm sure it's a very similar story. You're going to be part of something. As you're climbing up the leagues, do you have this massive faith in your own ability to go, yep, I can easily compete at that level? So when we get promoted this season as well into the Championship, is it going to be the same story? Yes, I believe I can compete in the Championship as well.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Like I said, Jimmy's played even higher, he's played at top level, and I've played in the Championship, and yeah, I took the risk in dropping down to get back there eventually. And yeah, of course, I think as a footballer, you need to believe in yourself and believe that you can play at any level. And I think it's just natural, it's just been a natural progression from National League to then League Two, okay, yeah, can do it here, and then even League One, it's like, yeah, can do it here. And it's just the confidence that the manager gives you and that the players around you give you. Just going out there every day and just really enjoying your football. And yeah, I've been at clubs in the past where, like, you're out there, and of course everyone gives their all, but it means something more if you're playing for a club that you actually like, you love, and like you've been in the National League with them, and you're making the journey with them. And yeah, I think I've said enough times that Wrexham holds a special place in my heart now, and going out there every day and fighting for the badge it's something I enjoy, I love, no matter what level it's been at. So yeah, I think when you're enjoying your football, you don't overthink things too much. You go out there, you play. It doesn't matter if you're playing against, like we played Coventry when we were in the National League and beat them. I don't think it matters who you're playing against when you're just enjoying your football and playing for a club that you want to give everything for. It just sort of comes. And
how does a football club, right? How does that football club, Wrexham, infect you like that? How does it do it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
I've played about 25 games for Wrexham. Yeah. And I love this football club.
Oh, yeah.
Genuinely, like one of the first results I look for at the weekend is Wrexham and West Brom. That's what I look for.
Yeah. No, like I said, I've played for a fair few clubs in my time, and like I genuinely love Wrexham. Like I love playing for the club. I give everything, and when you get that at a club, it's like you feel it when you lose, and you feel it when you win, and you just want to give everything for the club and the people who support it. And yeah, I'm not sure. If you'd have asked me 3-4 years ago that I'd have been in National League and playing for Wrexham, I'd have said like, no, I won't be. But it was the best decision I ever made, and like I said, it's infectious. My family come every week. They absolutely love it. All my friends, family back home in London, everyone asks about it. They're all Wrexham fans. Like, it just seems to have taken off of everyone.
I think when it's all said and done, though, Elliot, I think the club probably owe you a special debt of gratitude, because the timing for you was a little bit different to maybe James, in the fact that you were 27, which people consider these are the prime years of your career. So at that moment when you signed, it was probably a bigger gamble for you than most, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I had a few options, obviously higher up. But yeah, there was my dad's always said you should always go where you feel valued, where you feel really wanted. And I'd been at Luton in a great project, climbing up the leagues, and the gaffer was very persistent with me over that summer. He wanted to FaceTime me and Zoom calls, whatever it is. And we had a few calls. And yeah, I spoke about it with my dad, my agent, and he was like, I think I want to go there. I want to sort of risk it. I want to drop down to the National League, and yeah, like I said, it's been the best decision ever. Didn't actually start great. It did start great in the first game, and then I think we lost, and I didn't get back in the team for a few weeks. I was coming off the bench, yeah. For the first couple of months, I wasn't really in the team. Apart from, I came on the first game, scored 2, and then I started the next game, and I think I might have started the next game, then I was out for a couple of months. The gaffer wasn't sure. It wasn't necessarily on me. He wasn't sure how the team was progressing and how to go about it. And then, and then obviously got myself back in, and yeah, it's been unbelievable.
Interesting story. Okay, so if any of you ever watched any of the Cycling GK match day vlogs, right? The very, very first match day vlog I did was a game for Watford at home.
Were you playing?
To Luton.
Yeah. No way.
So if you don't know what the match day vlogs were, basically I'd put my GoPro in the back corner of the goal and I'd record kind of all the action. At some point, I only did it for the second half, but at some point Luton got a corner and there's this big bum, right?
Just blocking the camera.
This big, like, stubby bum, like, blocks the camera out, and it's a young Elliot Lee.
Wow. Did you know when you were playing in that game? Did you and the lads clock that Ben had a camera in his goal?
No, I can't say we did. No.
When it went out there, was there any chat about it, or how was it?
No.
What I want to know is how it was perceived by opposition players.
Annoying. I'll tell you.
Thank you, James.
No, I'll tell you why it was annoying.
Say
Do
what
you
you
remember
think,
this?
Say what you think.
Yeah,
Come on.
we stuck behind, obviously, during the COVID times. You beat us 2-1 down there. You scored later on. We went 1-0 ahead.
Who's we?
You were at Watford at the time.
Where were you?
I was at Stoke.
Oh,
And
okay.
you beat us 2-1.
Yeah.
Controversial second goal, but you beat us 2-1. And afterwards, right? Obviously, I knew this Elliot beforehand, done this. So after the game, he just got beat. Like I said, getting beat, fuming. He's coming up, camera in your face, chatting away to you, and you just got beat 2-1. I was thinking, inside, please. Like, no, like, do one, will you? Oh, good to see you, Ben. Are you keeping well, aye? Like, I'm with a camera in your face. Just lost 2-1. So, yeah, annoying. Annoying.
Okay. Fair. Well, we were talking earlier on, Elliot, about you making the move at an age. We got talking, didn't we, Ben? And we've been talking about it for a while, about transfers. And if opposition clubs want to buy a Wrexham player, it's quite an interesting dynamic, isn't it?
It doesn't work like a traditional football transfer might work in this country, or probably anywhere else, because if you're trying to buy a player from Wrexham, I don't know what it's going to take. So let's throw a name out there, all right? Let's talk about
a young talent.
A real young talent. Somebody who I'm so happy that they're doing what they're doing. Young Max Cleworth, okay? First of all, what a player, everybody. What a player. Incredible.
And he's not the special guest.
No, he's not special. Sorry if you got excited. Sorry. Secondly, what a lovely lad, by the way. Like, genuinely, as like footballers go, as lads go, as people go, just so down to earth, isn't he? So lovely, humble, hardworking, professional. But this season, before we talk about the transfer story we're going to talk about, this season, you were telling me out back, he has progressed into a little bit of a beast, right?
Oh yeah, he's literally, first of all, as a player, he's got everything. As a lad as well, absolutely top notch. Quiet, like no frills and spills. Gets on with his job. Doesn't speak, just does his job. Just such a nice lad. And then this season too, which I take great pride in, I like to think I've played a role in this. He's got a bit of bite in him. He's getting involved in scuffles. He's, he's getting a bit of.
James now loves him.
He's got a bit of aggression, a bit of bite on him. Last week, the Shrewsbury lad left a bit on him, and he's jumped up and he's grabbed him with a scruff. And I was thinking,
that's my boy.
Yeah, go on, lad, Freddie.
How to win James McClean over 101.
I thought he was going to say, like, I had a little role to play. He's in the gym first.
I like to think I lead by example. I know, like, we're not a soft touch here.
Elliot, you've seen him from young Max Cleworth, not playing on the fringes, a little kid, to now being, he looks like a man, doesn't he?
Nah, he's rubbish. Stay away from him. No, he's been incredible. I think, I'm not sure what game it was last season, I think, that he got in properly. Just hasn't looked back since, and just playing week after week. He's grown from a boy to a man, and even yesterday in the game, he's driving past people. He's playing 1-2s in the final third of the pitch, and that's, you look at like your centre back these days. That's the best ones do that. They can do all the defending back there, but they're also so good on the ball, and they're starting plays. And I see him yesterday doing that. He was passing it to me in the final third of the pitch after doing a 1-2 with Moles and stuff. I can't speak highly enough of him as a player and a person, and hopefully he can just keep developing and developing with Wrexham.
Where does that change come from then? So you mentioned that I think it's an important part is just playing games, just playing repetitive Saturday, knowing you're going to play. But is there anything else you see where they all of a sudden just go, yeah, I know what I'm doing now. I'm in charge of this.
No, I genuinely think, for me especially, I think it comes from playing games. I know for me personally, my games even come on even later in my 20s, just from playing every week. So for him doing it in his early 20s, playing every week and playing in a winning side as well, and a club like Wrexham that's on the up and so well supported, and he's definitely feeling the love from everyone now. The fans,
yeah, I think that plays a massive part. Like we signed two centre backs, obviously one very experienced and Dan Scar in the summer, and obviously Lewis Brunt, who we signed off Mansfield, came from Leicester. But the fact that Max, the gaffer's shown faith and selecting Max week in, week out, and them two lads can't get a kick of the ball, and I don't think them lads, because they know themselves, they couldn't go and knock on the manager's door and say, well, why am I not playing? You're not playing because of how brilliant Max has been. So the faith from the manager, they stick with Max to begin with. I think that's given him so much confidence. And you can see his performance week in, week out. Like he's come on leaps and bounds. Like I've only seen him. He came under the team around Christmas time last year, and that's kind of the first time I've really played with him. And like I think at the minute, probably along with El, he's probably the first name on the team sheet, and it's hard to make a case against that.
Right. Ben, we might have to cut this because we've just added about 10 million to his value, haven't we?
So this is what I'm interested in knowing, and if you want to sort of help out a little bit as well, is say if somebody wanted to try and come and buy Max Cleworth from Wrexham, right? Say for example, right? Just like humour me for a minute, right? So a good Championship team made a £15 million bid for Max Cleworth. Would Wrexham sell him? Okay. Why wouldn't they sell him? Okay, all right then. 30 million quid. Would they sell him? This is what I'm talking about. Okay, Wrexham are in a very fortunate position that they don't really need the money. They do it properly. So the way that they're building the club and the way they're trying to like climb the leagues and get better players, they do it properly. Mm-hmm. They don't want to go breaking no mad like wage budget or transfer fee. What's the highest transfer fee paid for a Wrexham
We
player?
were talking about it off camera, weren't we, James? And we were saying about
£590.
£590.
For Mo Fowl.
£590,000. Compare it to a Birmingham City who have spent a lot more money in the summer than what Wrexham have. Wrexham don't need to sell. So would that mean then that there's not really any point in making a bid for any Wrexham players?
What could Wrexham do with 30 million quid?
Do they need it?
Is the question.
Do you see why I'm going with this, you lot? It's really interesting, isn't it? It's not like a normal kind of football club in terms of finances and transfers. I don't know what it would take to get a McClean out of Wrexham.
I don't want to answer it. I don't want to answer
It's good though, isn't it?
No, I get where you're coming from, and I've got an answer. I just don't want to give me answer. Because it's not going to be a popular answer, so I don't want to give it.
I don't know the answer either. I don't know.
Well, the unpopular answer is football is a business, isn't it? And it is run that way. But unless Max has that much ability that if a championship club came in, for him, I would back myself that he doesn't need to go to a championship club because he's got the ability to play higher. So at the minute, the way this club's on, the journey this is on, it would be, in my opinion, stupid for Max to go to a championship club because unless it's a Premier League club, I don't even think you even entertain the idea of
That's a good answer.
That's the answer we want.
I think that's a good answer. Well done.
But it's interesting though, Ben, isn't it? We were talking on the way down, and Wrexham have been accused of buying their way through the leagues and stuff. But you look at Blues the other day, and Jay Stansfield was what, 10 million, rising to 15. So it's unfair, isn't it, Fozzie?
Completely unfair. What's 590 for Mo? So the way that we've done it is it's sustainable. It's really sustainable. And again, going back to the way that I know the manager likes to sign players, he wants good players. Obviously, he wants to improve the squad with ability, but you have to fit a certain strict criteria of being a real good person, don't you?
Yeah.
Real hardworking, real professional. He knows that when you go into that changing room, you have to mix with those other 20, 25 people and get on like a house on fire, don't you?
100%. A good dressing room will get you success. Like, you could have all the ball in the world, but if you come on every day and you don't like each other and you don't work for each other, there's a lot of selfish players in this game. Like, a lot of selfish players who are in it for themselves, don't care if they get beat the weekend as long as they're picking up a wage, don't care if they're being selected, like, just as long as I get my wage, that's me. I'm happy. And that's not how it works at Wrexham. Like, literally, you stay on the bench, like me and Moles came off, and rightly so, we could have sulked and said, "Oh, what are you taking me off for?" But we're on the bench and we're heading and kicking every ball, like walling that ball to go on, and then like that's just the way it is. Even the lads that are left out of the squad don't play. We all have the same goal, is to be successful, and we need each other to do that. So there's no like, well, I'm not playing. I don't care how we get on. No, we're good lads and we got a good dressing room and we got it all pull in the one direction. So. Yeah, it's absolutely key to have that.
That speaks volumes about the recruitment and the management team, doesn't it? Because even when you signed, Ben, you were, what, 40, 39, 40?
39, yeah.
And we know for a fact that the manager was calling people about you. Even at that age, he's ringing coaches and players saying, is he a good lad? I've heard good things. But he's still, at your age, which was going to be a 8-week loan period, he was still going through that process.
Do you know what's really interesting? We actually did a FaceTime call. We had a proper like Zoom call, me and the gaffer, right? And when I knew I was sort of like getting talked about signing for Wrexham again, I thought we might make like a little bit of a documentary about it, coming out of retirement. How hard would it be? Literally late that afternoon, I went in my garden and got like you lot to kick balls at me.
It wasn't that day. It was the day before when you were going to speak to the manager. So you knew you were speaking to the manager the next day. So when the manager said, have you been doing a bit, Fozzie? Have you been training a bit? It might have been a white lie that I was kicking balls at him in his back garden and they were going all over the place, and I'm thinking, oh my God,
I've actually got the Zoom call that me and the gaffer had, like, 'cause we were going to do something.
He doesn't know this, by the way.
No, he doesn't know. It's fine though. Like, it's fine. But we were like, I'd really love to watch that back. I would really love to watch it back just to see the manager in action. Honestly, he's incredible. What a man. What a lovely man. What a lovely. Another one quickly. You mentioned earlier about, when we lost 5-3 to MK Dons, and you said, "Wow, what have I done here?" I remember the 5th goal going in, and Will Boyle turning around to me and saying, "Save it!" Genuinely, save it! And I went, "I'm fucking trying." And then I thought, what are you doing here? What are you doing? And
Mate, you've taken one for the team there, because without you going, Arthur would not be in
Exactly,
Stinks.
yes. It led to something.
Everything happens for a reason. That's a good escape for you, that, isn't it?
Should we get the special guest out?
Yeah, we will get the special guest out, but we've got a little giveaway beforehand, haven't we? You've got a piece of paper there with 3 seat numbers on, and our next guest is very kindly donating 3 squad-signed match shirts.
He doesn't know it yet, but he is. Yes, he is. I've got 3 lucky people, so you have all got like numbers on your chairs. I don't know if you can see them. Okay.
Hopefully.
So the first lucky winner of a signed Wrexham shirt is K2. Have we got a K2?
Hey!
Well done, little man.
So we'll give you a ticket in a bit, and if you can bring it up after, write your shipping details on, and we'll straight out to you.
Little Jamie's got it's a golden ticket. We literally went on Amazon and bought golden tickets.
Tried to find red tickets.
No banter. It says golden ticket on it, honestly. And then the next one is N15. Nope, not that one.
There we go.
There you go. The second one. Well done, my
Congrats.
man. And the third and final is D21.
There you go. Hey!
So well done, you lot. Well done. All right then, it's time for our special guest who, I promise you do not understand the importance of a good kitman. You do not understand how important this guy is. They are the glue. You spend so much time, don't you boys, in the kitman's room. You get the amount of shirts you ask for. Ewan, you ready, mate? Come on, Ewan.
Where's he going to sit then? Where's he going to sit? Where's he sitting?
Ewan, we asked you earlier on when you got here, I said, mate, when you come out, you can sit wherever you want. You can choose to sit next to Elliot Lee.
That's Paul.
Or you can sit next to Captain James McClean. You pick. It's up to you. So speak us through why you've decided to sit next to James.
I'll sit with James with Mike's here, so.
I like it, yeah. Captain as well. Captain as well. Right, we're going to get... we're not going to get too deep and ugly on this, but we're going to get a little bit of dirt out of Ewan, all right? So we've got a lot of questions for Ewan, haven't we? We're going to get into it in a minute. We want to know who the messiest player is, for example. We want to know who the diva is, who's got the most pairs of football boots, who asked you for most signed shirts. It can't be James, everyone. It can't be James for everyone. We want to talk about the documentary quickly, lads, if that's okay. And I want to come to you, Ewan, first, because these boys have tasted a little bit of fame. They're used to people coming up to them in the supermarkets and getting pictures and photographs and signatures and all that kind of stuff. What's it been like for you, having been on the documentary? Has it changed your life?
Not on it.
People see you, though. People know who you are now. Do you know what I mean?
It's very weird. Very weird.
Is it on a day-to-day basis? I'm talking, you go Sainsbury's, you go Tesco's.
No, not the mummy. When I'm out and about, yeah, it's a bit weird. It's very weird, to be fair.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time that somebody kind of came up to you, or do you remember that moment?
Well, when you get asked for an autograph, you sort of say, "Oh, you don't need mine." You know, or sign the shirt and.
Do you sign it anyway, though?
Yeah, I do. But after I feel a bit sorry, yeah, it was a You know, so they're nice enough to ask.
Kitman question. How many shirts do you get asked for on a weekly basis?
Loads at the games.
How many are we talking?
Be about 30, 40.
From who, though?
Fans, even other staff.
Just, have you
the-
got a
from
shirt
the
I can
staff.
have or anything like that?
Yeah, all that, yeah.
We did a podcast the other day, and it was basically called Things You Don't Know About Professional Football. And we said that every club operates you get one shirt per season for free to swap with a teammate or an opposition player, and then after that, you have to buy it yourself. Is that how it works at Wrexham?
The lads have got about 3 of each colour.
That they can swap
They have, and
until
then
their heart's
They
content.
just have to replace it then.
And
if they
then
don't.
what do they get charged though? This is an interesting question because we didn't know whether you get charged RRP price or you get charged
Wholesale price.
Wholesale price.
It's about 50, 60 quid, I think.
Retail
shirt.
price then.
Retail
Yeah,
price.
retail, yeah. And
That's scandalous.
Yeah, and then
I'd be negotiating
That's
that.
the pointless chucking one in the crowd is a 100 quid fine on your fines.
Haven't done that yet.
No.
He's looked at the fines list.
That's the annoying ones.
I said a minute ago when I was talking about the Kitmen, just how important you guys are. And again, I do mean this as well. Your room is one of the busiest rooms, isn't it? Other than the changing
The
rooms.
messiest.
And the messiest, it definitely is the messiest. But it's one of the busiest rooms of people just coming in for a little socialisation, a little chit-chat. What do you do at the weekend? You play some golf. It is a busy old room, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We've got the dartboard in there now, so that's very busy.
Who are the darts players?
Andy Cannon, Jack Marriott.
Any good?
Andy thinks he is, but I think he is mostly the best, yeah. Max and Barney have started now, so...
I love Barney. I miss Barney.
And
That's a boy.
we were saying we need to know what the typical day in the life involves. So it's Thursday before a game. What time are you in? What's happening?
Get there for about 6:30, set up for training, get all the stuff ready for training, the kit, and then when the lads will start turning up and
Do you fold it up, put it on their peg? Everybody
just
gets
hang it up and
Yeah.
just get it ready for training, and then get the coaches' stuff ready for training because I always go down there, so then go to training with them.
Yeah. And then what happens from that point onwards? They've all finished training. They've all got that sweaty, stinky kit.
Yeah, they chuck it into the skip and then just wash it again, and it all starts all over again.
What time do you get home at night?
Be 6 o'clock, 5, 6.
Good old day, that
It's a good old day. There was a podcast I watched the other day, Jimmy Bullard's one. I don't know if you've listened to it. He actually got a kitman on the episode, and he said he was just talking about footballers in general. A bit of a generalisation, but it's true. Garrett, it's true. Footballers are messy. Yeah, they're messy and they're lazy as well, right? He said that he wants the boys to just put their underpants, their slips, into the bin at the end of the training session.
Oh, yeah.
So you normally, footballers, what they do is they get all their clothes off, they go into the shower, but you wear underpants, don't you? It's just
Some
a
do.
thing. Some do, yeah.
Some do, yeah.
Some naked, but a lot wear just their underpants, right? A lot of players just leave them in
Yeah,
the
no,
shower.
it's a fine. It's a fine
It
if
should
you
be
do
a
that,
fine,
yeah.
and I love it,
It
right?
is.
I totally agree with it, right? But some just leave them in the showers, don't they? This
What do?
kitman
All
said...
curled up.
The what, sorry?
All curled up.
Yeah, all curled up, and you've got to squeeze the water
Squeeze them
out of
out.
them, yeah? Knowing they've been around Jiminy's balls earlier that day, right?
Yeah.
The kitman said he even went to the length of putting a skip, like a bin for the pants to go,
Oh, I've seen
in the
that in the
middle of the
shower.
shower. In the middle of the shower. And still, they left them all around the edges.
It's just a lack of respect, that, though.
It's poor,
Yeah,
isn't
it is for that. I think I don't wear jocks in the shower. I take them off before I go on. But it is a lack of respect, that I mean. Like,
Should we move away from the jockstrap
yeah,
conversation?
probably
maybe?
for the best.
We were just coming back to the documentary, James, one for you. Was it a bit of an adjustment for you when you come in and there's crew everywhere? How was it for you?
Well, when I first joined early on, like they said, I want to come to the house and do kind of a sit down, this and that, and just kind of film your everyday kind of life, which isn't very eventful. If I'm being honest, don't really do much outside
Going
of
around
football.
fighting
Nah.
people, no?
So they come round and just my brothers when they're over. But no, they came round for a few hours, and Like, just kind of following us. That was a bit awkward because they're like, oh, just kind of go about your daily
Horrible,
daily
that, isn't
business.
it?
But there's cameras following you around, so you're not going to be as natural as you normally are. But so that was a bit surreal, a bit different at the start. But as the time goes on, you don't even notice them, do you? Like, they just kind of just blend into the background, and you just kind of go about your
What have they
normal
been
stuff.
like, Elliot? Have they, so from obviously National League to League Two to League One, have they ramped up production? Is it a bit more glitz and glam, or is it kind of still very much in the backs? You don't really see it, you're not very aware of it.
Yeah, do you know what? It's not been that active this season so
It's
far.
been quiet, hasn't it?
Yeah,
It's been
apart
it's
from
been,
the pre-season tour, I'd say. Whereas when I first joined, it was very much, you're in the physio room and there's two cameramen and Paddy or Milos, the producer guys, and there's one of those big microphones over your head. To be fair, it was like that a lot my first season, then even into the second season, but there's not been many conversations we've had to stop in the physio room, is there, Jim? When the cameras come along. But,
I'd love to see the uncut version.
Honestly, you're right. If you could see the uncut version, it would be the biggest selling documentary you've ever
everyone's
seen
on their best
in your
behaviour
life.
when those cameras come along,
It'd be
yeah.
phenomenal, wouldn't it?
Are the lads like, yeah, but even though you said you don't notice them, there must be something in the back of your mind that goes, gotta watch my P's and Q's there, or just...
Yeah, I think so. If you like, say we're in the physio room environment and every lads are bantering, talking about whatever, if the cameras do come in, yeah, you tone it down because you know. But if you say we will come in on a Saturday and before a game or half time, the cameras are there all the time. That's not toned down. You don't think, oh, there's a camera there. You say what you got to say, and the gaffer says what he's got to say. No one's thinking about the camera there. If anything, it can get quite annoying because the changing room, as you go into like the toilets, there's like he's always there, he's always in the way. If you want to get to a toilet, sometimes you just want to tell him to get out of the way. But no, I'd say it's different from like a training day to a game day. You don't take like recognition that he's there now.
All right, Ewan, we got some Kitman questions for you. Have we got the whiteboards, lads?
I've got the whiteboard.
So look at how high budget we are, by the way, you lot. Everybody's got their own whiteboard, okay? This is how it's going to work, all right? I'm going to ask Ewan a question. He's going to write his answer down, like sneaky and private as he can, and then you two also have to answer yours as well, and we'll see if it tallies up with what Ewan thinks, all right? So you're not allowed to show the lads it, by the way, Ewan, okay? You got it, yeah?
How's this work?
Pull the lid off.
So that was all. That pen.
It's not a pen.
It's got a lid on it. It's literally a lid.
Sponge.
Are we okay? Are we good?
No.
It's a lid. That's the top there.
It's just a lid.
About that for
A little mic.
Oh, I'm so pleased you're good at football, guys.
Cheers.
All right, Ewan, so the first question then is, in the team, who is the most high maintenance? Who is the most high maintenance player from a kitman's perspective?
The mic.
Write it down.
That's what the whiteboard's for, mate.
Big.
Big. So the
Fozzie, by the way, when I ordered these, how long did we debate what size we were going to get?
I think they're perfect size.
I think they're right as well, yeah. I think they're spot on.
So hold on. So we're going to go through Ewan's answer, and then he's going to explain why, and then we'll see yours.
I
Okay?
thought that was going to be the answer.
Okay, Ewan, who have you gone for? Show everybody. Ollie Palmer. Shock. Right, why is Ollie Palmer the most high maintenance?
He just asks for everything, to be fair.
He just wants a little bit more.
All the time, yeah.
Do you
Jumper
think?
when it's roasting hot. Just ask questions.
Do you think, right? Do you think he actually wants it, or do you think he just wants to feel a little bit more special than the rest of everyone?
Maybe. Or just come for a chat.
Go on then, boys. James, who you gone for?
That's it myself.
Okay.
Would you agree with that?
You did go through my head, Jim, but then I went Fletch instead.
Yeah,
He asked for a lot of shirts and that every day.
I just went for me because like I could literally change my mind last minute and said I want these boots today. Or I could give him me three.
Yeah.
I could give him me 3 pairs of boots, and I'll text him in the morning of the game.
Rubbing it out.
Nah. I'd be like, I text him in the morning of the game saying, "Nah, you've changed my mind. I want to wear these ones today," and he's scrambling to go and get up for ones.
What's that like for you when he does that? Is that panic stations?
Well, we had 2 rights, didn't we?
Yeah.
One of the...
I put 2 right boots on the other day, didn't I? And then he's.
So I phoned him, and he goes, "Oh, don't worry, I got some in my bag." So I was like,
Yeah, I brought some spare just in case. Tell me about what happened in Birmingham. Tell me about your day at Birmingham.
That was a stern no.
yeah.
Can you tell us afterwards? Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't involve me, by the way, just that's why I said it.
Elliot, you went for Fletch. Why is it Fletch?
Fletch comes in the morning, then he does a gym
He
set.
goes to the gym,
And then he
yeah.
asks for another shirt after that, and then we'll train,
Yeah.
he'll come back, he'll ask for another shirt after that. He's always got his big arms out, and that. He goes for the sleeveless, doesn't he?
Yeah, sleeveless.
That was the only reason.
With the Under Armour.
He's getting through 3 shirts a day.
Comes in, does the extra gym in the morning.
And what's the one after training for? Another gym session, or just for going for like lunch or
Just where he's been sweaty and
Just
training,
sweating
ask for
training
another
was
fresh
probably,
one.
yeah.
Fletch's appearance matters to him. Like, Fletch cannot be stinking of sweat for more than half an hour. Like, he has to be nice and well-groomed at all times.
Yeah.
Ollie and Fletch then?
No, James McClean and Fletch. It's the Premier League boys, see, divas.
Right, next question, Fozzie, go for it.
Next question, Ewan. Which player has got the most pairs of boots?
Easy.
Yeah, okay. This is unanimous.
Go on, mate. The answer is
Oh, Jimmy.
James McClean.
Jimmy all
Jiminy.
day. Oh, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, me.
Are you a just locked in the rotation, or are you a John Terry?
It's something I've always had since I was no age. I just had a fixation with boots. It's got to the point now where my wife, she's in the audience today, like, I'm literally on a boot allowance a month. Like, for 10 years I was on a night contract, so it was great. I was getting them free, and then COVID hit and dropped down the league, so Nike said, right, bye, see you later.
Do you modify
and
them?
then some do, yeah, some do. So so I'm literally on a boot allowance now, where
You've got a big old collection of boots then, right?
oh, massive. I've got over 300 pairs of boots. Yeah.
It's a new pair every day, isn't it, really? You'll see Jimmy walk in and there's a box with him under his arm, or it's waiting for him on his thing, yeah.
It's got the stage now where, like, you just ratted on me. I'm having.
Sorry,
She's in the crowd.
It just said she was in the crowd.
It's got the stage now where I'm having them order the stadium so they don't come to the house, and then he just ratted.
Oh, it's all coming out tonight.
Someone creeped into your spare wheel gap, didn't they, in your car?
Yeah. Cheers.
Well, I couldn't open it.
Where'd you keep all these boots? Where are they?
There's a lot in the Budlick yard. So,
300
which is well locked, by the way. I've got a cupboard at home, which is just literally full to the brim with boots. There's some in Ewan's kit room. There's me lockers overflowing in the training ground. So there's quite a few.
Are they all new, or they used like a bit of both?
No, well, there's a lot of them. So I've kept a pair of each model of war, because I've always kind of been like, so I've kept a pair of each model of war over the years, because when I retire I want to have a room, like a display of each like boot I've had, which I think is a good idea. I've obviously got a few like limited edition collector's items, and then a lot I just like buying.
What are you like
Just
with
to
your boots,
try.
Elliot?
I'm all right, to be fair. I've probably got the same pair I had all throughout pre-season. Still, I'll need a fresh pair soon. So that's like what, 7
What,
games.
you'll get like a couple months out of it, a good few months?
Yeah, I'll get
out of one pair?
Yeah, because I think if things are going well, I don't like changing my boots either. So I'm still wearing the ones since I've had all throughout pre-season.
Do you always wear the same brand?
It's usually Nike. It fits my foot well, and I think once you find a boot, like, well, unless you're Jimmy wear everything, you wear Puma, Nike, Adidas.
I'm still trying to find a pair that works.
Right, next question. We've got one here. Most thoughtful player.
Oh, that's a lovely question. Ewan.
To me,
There must be one.
Yeah, like, just in general, to you, around the place, who's the most thoughtful player? It's a good question, that, isn't it? You don't often get asked that, do you? It's taken a while.
I was going to say, this is taking some thought.
And your answer is?
Moles.
Paul Mullen.
Ah, that's nice. Paul Mullen.
He just, well, to notice you when you're a bit quiet, a bit down, just sort of like, you know, how are you, sort of, to be fair to him.
I love that little arm around the shoulder.
Yeah.
What a boy.
Good people person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Go on.
I went Fletch. I think he bought Sports Science, Rich and Owen.
Yeah,
and
class, yeah.
maybe a couple
Yep.
others of brand new pairs of boots that went with like the
They're
training kit the other
absolutely
day.
awful, by the
Oh,
way.
they're terrible.
They're terrible.
No,
But they
love
go
him,
well.
yeah,
They go
that's
well with
class,
the
yeah.
grey stuff.
Yeah.
The thought accounts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I went for Champ.
Yeah, it's a good
Ah,
shout.
yeah, Champ.
I think
Good
Champ
shout, yeah.
is just a nice.
He's caring.
He's really old as well, so he's just kind of like, he's kind of got that nice old man kind of like trying to look after everybody, kind of. No.
Like fathers everywhere.
Yeah, he's just kind of like trying to put out
Yeah, he's
fires
good,
everywhere.
yeah.
Not that there are as much fires, like, but he's just,
No.
he's just always trying to look after people.
You need to message him, by the way. He wants to make a football video.
He does. We'll get it on. It's fine. I like that. That's nice, lads. Well done. Really nice. Ewan, who is the messiest player?
Tough, that one.
It's too many to...
No, because
That's an easy one.
You're the kit
You
man.
don't
You
even
see,
like
you
that.
see the messy. You are the one that most of the time has to tidy it up.
Oh, this is unanimous as well.
It's unanimous. It's incredible.
He's just a scruffy human being.
We're talking about...
What did he just?
Who are they talking about?
Andy Cannon.
Andy Cannon.
Andy Cannon.
Honestly, like, we do a car school going to training to and from, and his car, like, there's stains with hair stuck to stains. There's, like, he's just, he's just a vile wee human, isn't he? He really is. He really is.
Vile wee human, I love that. Would you
and
agree
he
with
can
that,
take all
Elliot?
his kit off in one as well.
The
So
what?
he's got jumper on, t-shirt, underarm, and he takes it off all in one.
Oh, so
One
you
there.
have to separate it.
He's like pulling it all out.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
That isn't... Mums know. You mums know, don't you? When you got the Under Armour and it's all pulled up into a little bundle as well, and the T-shirt's in there somewhere.
Anything further to add on that, Elliot?
Yeah, no, I sit next to him in the changing rooms on a day-to-day basis, and yeah, he's just... His gear can be everywhere, and even the stuff, the stuff he comes into in training as well sometimes, it just looks messy. You know what I mean? It's just handy.
I remember looking at your pictures when you went to Vegas at the end of the season, and he was looking worse for wear, actually, in most of those pictures, wasn't he?
No, the worst thing, like, he's obviously, like, he's not all there too, like, there's something wrong with him. But
Jesus,
the thing
I
is,
really
like,
hope he doesn't watch this.
the thing is, he can't sit in the one spot, like, he has to go around everybody else, so he just leaves a mess wherever he goes. So he'll just jump from one table, sit there for a while, leave a mess on the bus, and then he'll just go down, and you're looking, where's Andy? And he's just on another table, and he just leaves a mess everywhere he goes.
Like a little tramp, isn't he?
Oh, he really is,
Yeah, I like it.
Great guy, though.
Right, next
Great
one.
guy.
Great guy.
Yeah, great guy. He is a
One of the best.
Sounds
One of the best.
Yeah, he is a lovely guy.
My best
He is.
mate.
He is.
Good question now, right. Who is the most likely to be fined?
It's a tough one, though.
Most likely to be fined.
You've got a fines list, right?
Yeah.
And it gets collected every week, yeah?
Yeah.
Who is putting the most money into that fine pot?
Yeah, I reckon I know one.
Yeah, I think I know one as well.
Is there
well,
any-
he pays or not, it's another matter, like, but he's down his own money.
Is there any weird and wonderful finds that we might not know of?
Weird and wonderful ones.
I've been like, yeah.
Trying to think. What's any different on the fines list?
What's that?
Is there a weird and wonderful like rule on the fines list? We've got a different one.
Yeah, we got the rickety wheel now, don't we? Got the
what?
We got to spin the wheel.
Spin
We got
the
that,
fine,
don't
we have
we?
the money.
That's where, that's where most
yeah.
fines come from, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the biggest fine for? Late for training or?
No, late on a match day.
Okay.
So late on a like getting on the
How
bus.
much are we talking
or-
late on a match day?
Chomp's in charge of the fines. What is it again?
A few £100, I think.
£250, is it? If you're late on a match day.
It's not about the money on a match day, though, is
No,
it?
it's about the principle,
yeah.
respect of like being on time. So this is why I put this lad down, because
And it is?
sometimes his alarm doesn't work.
One of them.
Considering he's never off his phone, like sometimes he doesn't hear his alarm.
Right,
I think this is going to be unanimous again.
Ollie Palmer.
Ollie
Yeah,
Palmer.
pass.
Ollie Palmer.
100% Ollie.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
100%, yeah.
I think it's because he's not all there as well. I think
It's just daft.
he
it's
forgets.
just daft.
He just forgets stuff. It's not done out of malice. It's just
No,
he forgets.
just out of being daft.
yeah, there.
There's a few that aren't all there apparently.
It's true. Yeah. That's any, yeah. Who is the flashiest player? Who is the flashiest? Who comes in the most rascal gear? If you don't know the answer, it might be you.
No, it's not. I'm like literally tracksuits, shorts and t-shirt. Like literally first thing I see in the morning, because I'm just with my bar to get dressed.
Foz, are we saying flash is a good thing or a bad thing? Like,
Bad
is
thing.
Yeah, because there's a
Over
lot
the
of
top.
there's a few people. One on the stage, like really, like care about their appearance, like does that count as like make an effort to come on the training in a nice gear? Not is that flash
Yeah,
or?
is it?
I wouldn't say that. That's not flash, is it? He looks really nice and respectable, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
yes, that's not bad.
No, he
So
does,
flash is a
but
bad thing.
but he's put effort into that. That's the thing I'm trying to say. So he's put effort into his.
He's got the same colour hat as his trousers,
Yeah.
isn't he? So,
Yeah.
Like he's put effort into that. Him and another guy
But
put effort into their.
It's not flash, is it? We're
No,
not-
I
yeah.
wouldn't say it's flash.
All right, so
It's not
flash is a bad
No.
thing. Flash is a bad thing then, yeah?
Yeah.
A bad thing.
Have we got? Shall we just move on to another question?
Yeah,
So basically saying the worst gear.
yes.
That's an easy one again, isn't it?
Andy.
Yeah.
Andy Cannon.
That's the easy one
Poor
again,
lad.
isn't it?
Poor lad. Ewan, who is the tidiest player? Who's the one player that you haven't got to worry about? You know it's going to be where he says it's going to be. Organised.
I can see that. Yeah.
It's an age
Chomp.
thing.
Chomp.
It's an age thing. Chomp.
Well, Boyle's good as well, to be fair.
I went with Fletch. Fletch is like kind of OCD, has to have his stuff neat and tidy and like just kind of organised. Like I sit beside him as well,
I went with Chomp, but I was going to go Fletch as well, so
Fletch,
it must
yeah.
be an old thing, yeah.
like his locker, I sit beside him, so his locker compared to my locker is like night and day. His is all neat and tidy, all and fucking mine is just open cupboards, there's bits falling on top of you.
Creeping over his as well.
There's boxing gloves falling on top of you, like it's just the complete opposite.
Boxing gloves. You love it. Right, have we got any more of them, or are we going to go to Q&As?
No, I just want to ask the guys about what the next 10 years looks like for Wrexham. So
10 years is massive. Let's go 5.
Let's
Let's
do
go 5.
Okay. What's the realistic expectations there in the next 5 years, Elliot?
5 years, I think we'd like to see us in the Championship. Whether we could get to the Championship and then we solidify ourselves as a solid Championship team and make a foundation from there. But yeah, you never know with this club. It's unlike any other club. And listen, we have to get out of League One first, which is going to be extremely difficult. Whether we do that this year, next year, or in the next 5 years at some point. But yeah, I think in the next 5 years, me personally, I'd like to see us in the Championship. Yeah.
Jimmy?
Yeah, look, what the ambition, where the club want to be, is obviously Premier League. And we hope that's the case. Like at the minute, it's our job to try and ensure we take it to the next step, which is get out of League One. So that's certainly going to be the aim this season. But in 5 years' time, as the old cliche says, the sky's the limit with this club. And look, if this, like I said beforehand, if this club is in the Premier League in the next 5 years, then what an incredible achievement. And again, to be part of that obviously would be absolutely special.
Ewan?
Just as the lads say, really, it's sort of Championship. It's obviously get out of this league's gonna be very tough, but with club's class, so
You can do it.
Of course we can. Yeah.
Love that, Ewan.
Absolutely.
Well done, mate. Yeah. We're going to go do a few little Q&A in a minute, everybody. So if you've got questions you want to ask, as long as they're not like about how much they earn or stuff like that, ask away, absolutely buzzing. We've got a few quickfire questions for the boys first, so...
we always end a podcast like this, don't we?
We always end a Fozcast with a few little quickfires. All right, Elliot Lee, who's your idol growing up?
My idol growing up, Wayne Rooney.
Brazilian Ronaldo.
R9?
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
El Phenom.
El Phenom. Who's your best friend in football?
Adam Armstrong.
Southampton, Adam Armstrong.
Southampton, Adam Armstrong.
Andy Cannon.
I know you're not big drinkers, you're both absolute prime athletes, but what would be your tipple of choice if you had to go to the bar?
Do you know what? Was it you that got me on? Was you on the tequilas?
Not me.
No,
I don't touch
I
tequila.
thought it might have been
That's
you at the
trouble.
very. No, I've been tequila pineapple. I've been going to recently.
Tequila pineapple?
Yeah, it's
Sounds
different.
lovely.
Yeah, it's nice.
It was straight whiskey until Vegas, and it's changed now. It's definitely changed now.
You tipple.
Just plain lager for me.
I like it. You don't mess around, you.
No, it's a
You don't mess around. Bucket list sporting event as a fan.
Probably say just like World Cup final.
Oh yeah, it's good.
I don't think we've had
I don't
anybody
think we've
ever
ever
say
have
that
that.
on a football podcast.
No, it's true.
Have we?
Everyone just says like the NBA finals or an NFL.
World Cup final.
Yeah, I want to do either the Super Bowl or Flushing Meadows, the US Open final.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Ashes in Australia, I'd say for me.
Good.
Good. That's a good one. That's the best answer.
Has yours changed or is it right?
Australia won, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Ryder Cup. You not fancy a Ryder Cup?
Nah.
Okay.
Unless I'm playing.
Right, we're going to go Q&As in a set. Any advice you would give to a young Elliot Lee? What would you say to a young you?
What would I say to a young me? Just don't overthink things. Just go with the flow. Life's going to work out how it's going to work out. So just work hard, be a good person, crack on.
I like that, mate. Simple. Jiminy?
Never get outworked.
Never get outworked.
Yeah.
Oh, love that, mate. Very, very good. Right, we're gonna take it to the floor. Crack on, you lot. We get a show of hands if you've got a question to go.
Okay,
Have
have we
we
got a
down there,
mic?
or do you want to chuck one over? You're gonna have to pass it over. Here, give us that one. Go on, David.
I get no questions.
Do you want me to pick or?
Yeah.
So if you could both pick a five-a-side squad to face each other in, who would you pick out of the whole Wrexham squad?
We pick ourselves.
Yeah, you can pick yourself as well, yeah. You and 4 other players.
Me and 4 other players. Arthur, Owen O'Connell. Who am I missing? Arthur, Owen O'Connell, George Dobson, and I need a big man. Fletch.
Are we going off training, yeah? Like, literally, is like a five-a-side training? It's almost a copy and paste. Like, Arthur, the little man. Fletch, because literally Fletch has got one of the best hold-up playing first touches in football. It's a joy. I have to pick myself, don't I? Just for energy, nicely. Rally the lads. There's one more. I need a midfielder, don't I? George Evans.
Oh, who's
George
winning
is-
out of them two?
George is lovely and tidy on the ball, so if we're going five-a-side, George.
I like it. Any more? Oh, we've got loads. We're going to be here all night, you lot. I love these. Fan Q&As are the best as well.
Is it true that George Dobson got left at Birmingham, and if so, who was responsible for it?
It is true. I don't think no one's responsible. Everyone's head was just like scrambled and that we just literally forgot him. Like he was doing the. No, he was.
The coach left.
Yeah, he was doing the.
Yeah, but it's Dobbo as well.
He-
Dobbo's like that character. Like he's not all the ticket either. Do you know what I mean? So he might.
He was doing the drug testing after the game, and then obviously it was a late one, and we were kind of scrambled after the game, so we just kind of left him.
Did he get an Uber or?
I think he jumped in with Geraint, the secretary, and then met the coach somewhere. It's a
so
bad
good.
night.
You're
It's
gutted
so
if you're getting left out.
It's so good. Go on then, Jiminy, next one.
Right, we've got another one.
If you can choose, like, your favourite goal for Wrexham, which one would it be?
Mine would probably be Sutton at home last year in the last minute.
Well, I don't really have many to choose from. MK away. It was strips the diving header from like an impossible angle. Somehow went in. So yeah, like I said, I don't have many to choose from. So that one.
Ewan, what about you? What's your most favourite Wrexham goal? Mike. Yeah. Sorry. It's my mic.
Favourite, Moles against Stockport.
Oh,
That one,
yes.
yeah. Best goal. But, yeah, Macca's header was good.
When Ewan was coming out, James said, "Choose where you sit wisely." didn't he?
Weasel you are. Go on, Jiminy.
Yeah, just a quick question for Jimmy. Who's the most annoying player other than yourself that you've played against?
Played against? Yeah, there's a few on the black book. Yeah, there's a couple that I absolutely despise. Do I have to name them? Because if I name them, I'm giving them a bit of publicity. I don't really want to give them publicity because I don't like them enough to give them publicity. So
You're not controversial like that, are you?
no. There's two I absolutely despise with passion. One plays for Bristol City and one used to play for Preston. I don't know who he plays for now, but yeah.
That's horrible, that is. You don't care anymore. He's dropped down the leagues or something, is he? Yeah.
Yeah, I hope he retires.
Jesus Christ. What about, like, okay, not one you despise, but maybe like a master of like the dark arts, or just a bit of a shithouse that you've played against?
Oh yeah, he was one of them. He would run round. But no, both of them actually. Both of them run round and give it the hard man one and would kick you and that. But as soon as you touch them, they're rolling around the ground like holding their face, screaming and this and that, and then it winds me up. Because he's getting around and give the big one, but as soon as you touch them, they're like rolling around, squealing like a bitch. So yeah, too.
Definitely can't name names now. Elliot, anyone you've not necessarily despised, but you know it's going to be a tough day at the office?
No, not off the top of my head, to be fair. I'm not as controversial as Jimmy, so... No, not off the top of my head, to be fair, no.
Okay.
It wouldn't wind him up anyway. It wouldn't get into his... He wouldn't even recognise it. No. He's just... Yeah. He's too busy doing his magic. He does. He don't care. It's not his game. He don't care. He don't need to get embroiled in that. Right, Jiminy.
This is one more for Ben, more than anything, but the best game I've been to was Notts County at home, and hey... It's been dubbed as the Hand of Foz, but what about Owen O'Connell? Did he get away with it in the changing rooms after the game, or did you all give him a bit of stick, or did it get overrun because we won the game?
Genuinely, when that's happened and we know that we've won the game and we get in and we've got 3 points, everything's forgotten. Genuinely, everything's forgotten and everybody just buzzes like crazy. I agree with you though, it's the best game I've ever been to as well. And I was lucky enough, you were lucky enough to be playing in it. It was just, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I scored the winner and you took all the highlights.
You scored the winner?
I scored the winner. Now it's known as Hand of Foz.
Scored the winner.
He's fuming, do you hear? I scored the winner, it's called the Hand of Foz. Yeah, genuinely, that game was the best game I have ever been to. The atmosphere, there was that 30-second period from obviously we're winning and we're like cruising and we're up, that's it, done, finally we're up. Penalty getting given. Oh, nah, come on, seriously, we're that close. And then penalty saved, ridiculous. And then another corner. Another corner.
We still speak about that corner,
They get first contact on it.
It's back stick.
Who's back post? Who's the little man back post?
Behind me.
Clears it away, full-time whistle, and that is about a 30 to 45-second period that, I swear, if you could bottle that, right?
Unreal.
And give it to yourself every now and then, you'd be like Jimmy all the time. That's it. All the time. Yeah, it was incredible. Yeah, but nobody gets on each other after a game like that because it was just a pure relief, wasn't it? You're a Wrexham fan. That still for you has to be right up there, doesn't it? Because I've seen footage like you can see what Ewan's a lovely man. He doesn't sort of like get too animated, but there's video footage of him on the sidelines losing his shit, absolutely losing your shit, Ewan.
Yeah, well, I think I was the only one in there that knew they were going to save it.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate that.
So I called it. So Steve said, "You better fucking up."
I love it, mate. Jiminy, next one.
Right, it's the one for Ben, Lee, and Jimmy. Obviously, when you're playing and you've all played, there's been songs sung about you on the pitch. Who of you would actually sing that song in the shower?
I just think it's a nice, catchy song. No meaning behind it, just a nice, catchy song.
Give it a go. Give it a little go.
No, I'm not a good singer. She said in the shower. No one's in the shower with me when I'm singing it.
Elliot, what's your song?
The White Pele.
The White Pele one. Do you know who's good at singing my one? Moles always sings my one. They just sing it. He was singing it the other day in training.
It's a good song, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the best after mine. It's number
a
2.
very good song. Yeah, I've sung Super Ben Foster and Goal a few times, to be fair.
Yeah, everyone was singing. Once you joined, everyone was singing.
Because it was so big, like all the documentary, all that was so big. We genuinely will get people just singing it to me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or I'll be shopping or whatever.
To be fair, we speak to each other about 100 times a week, and probably 90 of the times when he answers the phone, I'll go, Super and 90 times he goes, oh, you're a dickhead. Every time.
It's good, isn't it?
It's good. I like it.
Cheers, you lot. Appreciate that. Yeah, next one. Got a couple down the front here, Jiminy. Yeah. Or there, oh yeah.
This is for Jimmy. I was at the Birmingham game. It was so funny when you were going around the end of the pitch. But what are you actually thinking when you've got to go past? Because they were mental, them fans. What's going through your head as you're walking past them all?
Bring it on. No, it's it's a difficult one, like, because what you want to do and what you can do is obviously two different things. Because, like, when I caught that cup of coffee, like, what I wanted to do was throw it right back, but the consequences obviously would have been massive.
You caught that coffee?
It was a
I used to play Gaelic.
Yeah,
I'm actually a decent Gaelic player, so I've got good hands.
Was it Bovril or coffee inside?
I don't know. I don't know. It was warm, it was warm enough, but I had the lid on, didn't it? So, yeah.
At that point, do you want to do Eric
I want to throw it back.
You want to go full kung fu kicking and stuff?
No, I just wanted to throw it back. Like, but it's the best one is the invisible wall. Like, you literally have a 2-foot advertising hoarding, and then there's lads like trying to climb over it, but obviously the invisible wall's blocking them. So, you know, so the best one. So I
laughed at that.
It's just the easy ones. Just say, well, come on then. But somehow, they can't get over that 2-foot advertising hoarding. So it is what it is. That's like.
Do you know what I reckon, right? I reckon, you know, like, sometimes if people get burgled, they're so scared and stuff like that. I reckon if you were getting burgled...
I did get burgled once, remember at West Brom?
Sorry, man. I
You
don't
were
mean
there?
to bring... I think you'd be tiptoeing downstairs, giddy, like, absolutely buzzing. Like, oh my God, yes. It
Aaron,
finally
grab the
happened.
boxing gloves.
It finally happened. It finally happened. Next one, Jamie.
Ben, do you have a inspirational tip for a goalkeeper out there?
I love that. What a nice question. Yeah, what I always love to say to the young goalkeepers is you just have to try and enjoy it as much as you can, right? Because we all let goals in, we all let bad goals in, we let good goals in, we let all sorts in. But you're going to let goals in. It's as simple as that. So don't worry about it. Don't ponder over it. Don't get all upset and irate and mad at yourself. You're trying your best, right? So just have a nice time. I genuinely, throughout the whole of my career, would go into every single game, right? And I'd go, I'm going to help my teammates out today. Genuinely, I'm going to help my teammates. I'm going to make saves. I'm going to be awesome. And that's how I used to approach it. And when I started thinking like that, that's when I started playing my best football. So just do that, all right? Good.
Hi guys, just want to say thanks for this. It's absolutely brilliant fun.
Thank you, pleasure.
Lovely stuff. My question is a two-parter. Question one is, as professional players, do you know when someone's, how can we put this, play acting, not just for a penalty, but just to kill time, so on and so forth. And also, have you noticed as you progress down the leagues from from Championship and so on, it's a more honest player at this level? Does that make sense?
Yeah, very good question. Very good question. The first part, so
they're
the first question.
They're a lot more chirpier the lower down you go.
Really?
I find that big time. Yeah, they're a lot. They have more to say. At the well, that's a tatty try and wind you up more, but they're definitely a lot chirpier.
Have you noticed that?
He doesn't get involved in altercations. You're asking the wrong man.
He don't care. You don't care. You don't get involved.
I
do
let
you?
Jimmy. We're on the left side. Jimmy gets involved in that, and I'll do it for him.
I'm just doing my thing. What about the first part of the question? And it's a very good question. Are you aware when an opposition is feigning injury or trying to get a penalty, trying to dive, time waste? Are you aware of what they're doing?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we played someone the other week, and he kept throwing himself to the floor.
Yeah,
Whatever it was.
It's a difficult one because obviously when you're winning the game and your own team's doing it, like obviously you're all for it because you're trying to save the game. But then on the flip side, when it's the opposition, like it is the most frustrating and annoying thing in the whole world because you're like, you get really agitated, but you do it yourself, so it's you'd be a bit of a hypocrite if you turn around and said, "Oh yeah, I absolutely despise it." You do when it's against you, but not when it's for you.
Is this where you want a good referee who is sort of smart enough, basically, to see that?
Good luck with that.
Do you know what I mean? If you get a good one who's like, get up, stop being a dickhead. Like, I know you play acting because we know, don't we? I see players going down all the time, and I'm thinking, don't be a dickhead. Like, that's awful. That's really, really bad.
Yeah, no, I think that's why referees are so important, but we ain't had great ones, have we, Jim?
No, well, yesterday.
But,
linesman put his flag up for offside. We didn't touch the ball. He let play continue and they scored. When he said he didn't impact the play, we didn't touch the ball, so of course it didn't impact the play because players stopped.
Would you go up to a ref after a game, as in not off the pitch, but inside the stadium?
No, there's no point. There's no point because what you want to say is at that moment in time, in the heat of the moment, is just going to get you in trouble, and it's not going to change the decision. So you're literally passing up against the wall.
Yeah, it's good. Any more, Jamie?
Well, loads more.
Oh, well done. Keep going, you lot.
Fozzie, question for you. 2005 Wrexham versus the National League Wrexham. Who's your starting 11?
Oh my gosh. All the best trying to remember too many of those 2005ers. I'll have Big Dennis Lawrence at centre-back, Hector Sam up front.
Juan
Ugarte. Carlos Edwards, he was lovely to be fair, wasn't he? Fergie weren't bad either, was he actually? Yeah, we had some good players.
So 2005 team in.
How many? Yeah.
So
how many are you getting in? Should the question be?
Oh God, I'd have. I don't know. You know, that's a good question.
Who's your number two?
I think
Back in
I'd have
2005.
2005 Fozzie.
Who was in goal? Who's your number two in 2005? Can you remember?
No, we had a big injury goalkeeper crisis. The goalie I replaced though is the West Ham goalie coach. Yeah, did you know that? I can't remember his name, but he's now the West Ham goalie coach. Yeah. Yeah, I would say that this current crop is probably a little bit more athletic and more nimble, and players like Elliot Lee. Like, we didn't have any Elliot Lees. We had run-of-the-mill workhorses like James McClean, but we didn't have any quality, any real quality like Elliot Lee. It's a good question though. I like it. I really do. I like it. It's good. It's good. Next one, Jiminy. Yeah, good. I like it.
Okay. For all three of you, I'm thinking, if you weren't playing football or if you're off the pitch, what other sports would you like to watch on TV?
Oh, good. Mine's golf.
Mine's the easy one, boxing.
Yeah, you would. You'd love to be.
Yeah, I love boxing. Yeah, I like boxing better than football. Yeah. Football just pays better.
Yeah, I'd be golf for you, Fozzie.
Golf, yeah.
Golf, yeah.
Ewan?
Golf as well. We'll have a nice little free ball as well. Yeah, good question though. I like that.
Okay,
really, really nice.
I've got one more if you don't mind. Who is the funniest player at Wrexham, and are there any of the players grumpy?
Are there any grumpy players?
You're looking at me for?
Funniest. I'd have to say Andy.
Yeah, just because he's an absolute idiot.
Not sure how he tries to be funny, but he's funny.
Like every word that comes out of his mouth, just a lie.
Yeah.
So,
he's a liar.
Yeah, in a good way. In a good way. Like he saw a lion on the motorway. Like,
Andy, right? Andy. It's fairly easy to describe Andy, isn't he? He don't take himself too seriously.
Nah.
It's like he's just a bit of a big comedian. Like he likes to have a nice time.
Oh yeah, he's one of the best.
He's great, isn't he?
He's one of the best, Andy.
You'll just be sad at 10 o'clock at night and you'll get a message sent to your phone saying yeah, he'll send you a picture of like £1 million watch and says, yeah, I'll have 2, mate, one for my dog as well. And then he'll write back, oh, sorry, wrong person. And you're like, he'll go like, oh, I meant to send that to someone else, and you're just like, it's 10 o'clock at night, go away. Like, just go away.
That's really good.
That's him.
really, really good. I like that.
Any grumpy ones?
We ain't got many grumpy in the group.
No, it depends on the situation, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say we walk in and be like, oh, there he is again, he's grumpy. I wouldn't say there's many grumpy.
Can you describe Ryan Barnett for me, please, lads? Because
Barney?
Yeah. He does, I think he goes under the radar. I don't think
he's come on even more since you left.
Honestly,
North Aussie, yeah.
I love this kid.
Should have seen what he done at Peterborough the other week. He ran from like our box to their box. I swear to you, he got quicker as.
Oh yeah, the lad was.
And then he put it on a plate.
The lad
bowls.
catching him.
Yeah.
He made him look that slow. The lad got literally taken straight off. Like he did. The lad Curtis literally was catching him, and Barney had the ball. Bear in mind. And the lad just kept dropping further and further back as Barney was running.
Quicker,
and then the lad got whipped.
How much of a nice lad is Barney as well?
Oh, yeah. Again, he's another one, just so
like
quiet,
Max,
isn't it? Like
just-
Max,
yeah.
literally.
Just does their business, comes in like. But he's.
There's no bad.
What's
bad
Barney, like
things,
23, 4?
Yeah.
But he's got like the real experienced head on his shoulders,
Yeah,
hasn't
Yeah, he's another
He's
one whose
lovely.
game's literally gone up to the next level as well. Like he's been brilliant as well.
I'm so happy. Yes, Jiminy, come on, we've got time for a couple more, I think. These, I'm loving the Q&A, you lot.
Do you have any pre-superstitions?
Pre-game superstition, lads.
I touch the number on my back sometimes and my tattoo, and that's about it.
Like when the shirt's on?
Yeah, when my shirt, because I wear the 38 for my friend who died, Dylan. So that's the only one I do before a game. Yeah, actually, when we're at home, I normally run to the fans, clap them at that end, and then I do it.
Touch number.
Yeah, that's the only one I got.
I don't know what it was, if you call mine a superstition, but like I just on my shin pads I've got a picture of like my family, so I like give my shin pads a kiss before I pull up my socks. But I don't really know if that's a superstition or
I'll
just
tell you if it's a superstition then. If they went missing, would you be worried before the game?
my shin pads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just give you a hard time.
I think he'd be a little worried.
Yeah. Hasn't happened yet, has it? You've been good so far.
Erin's in here, I'm sorry, Erin. If the kids went missing, I'm sure you would be a little bit worried.
Yeah.
If the shinnies went missing, would it get in your head a little bit?
No, I would just give you a hard time. Because it would be his fault.
All right, never mind. Don't worry. That's not a superstition.
Jay, do you want to come down the front, mate?
Yeah.
Oh, whoever had a question there is going to miss out
sorry.
now. And then we'll come down the front. I love that.
Trust me, it's a good one. So, you mentioned about the atmosphere at the racecourse, but I'm thinking Reds away, I like it. So, for each of you, and we're going to start with you, and what's your favourite away day in terms of fans getting behind the team, the atmosphere, and what have the lads been talking about in the dressing room on the back of that?
Coventry away was one of the best.
Yeah.
Bolton away this year as well. That was very loud, that was. Bolton away was good, I thought.
Coventry away for me.
Coventry
when we
away.
got off the bus, remember we got off the bus, they were...
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah, they were singing songs as soon as we got off the bus, and then we won, which was unreal. But Coventry away, definitely for me.
Yeah, even I was just trying to sing the one at Peterborough.
Yeah.
They got a dirty look off Steve. Anyway, just sort of tapping me leg like that. Just down away.
Yeah, that one. No, Peterborough was loud as well, to be fair. But definitely Coventry.
It was, do you remember when I was there? It was one of the last games of the season.
Halifax.
Halifax away.
Bank holiday.
Horrific game. We got pummeled. I had a stinker. But
we all had a stinker.
Oh, stinking. Honestly, it was disgusting. But we took 4,000 fans, didn't we?
unreal.
To Halifax away. You came, didn't you? My brother came. I had loads of people there. The atmosphere at Halifax away was ridiculous. It was outrageous. Singing and dancing. Sun was shining as well,
Yeah, if
wasn't
we'd
it?
have won that would have been up there for me. But obviously, it wasn't a great
Yeah,
day.
if
Well,
we'd have won,
We had Notts County in like 2 days, didn't we? As well? Yeah, it was the Easter weekend.
We bounced back though, didn't we, mate?
Did we? Yeah.
We go again. Yeah, down the front.
Okay. So, Ben, the goal that you saved for Notts County, I think everyone remembers that. How often do you think of that? Because as a Wrexham fan, we think of that every day. So how often do you think about that?
I think about it a lot. I'm the same as you. I think about it an awful lot. So I've had a 20-year football career, right? I played England, Man United, all sorts of... Sorry. So I've done all of this, yeah? And then in the last year of my 20-year career, I'm playing in National League for little old Wrexham, and I save a penalty on telly, and the only thing anybody ever mentions to me anywhere I go in the world, genuinely, and I get it all, I go on holiday, that Notts County save was incredible. And I'm like, oh, this is amazing. And genuinely, that is all they ever want to talk about. So the reach that Wrexham have, not only in this country, abroad, America, anywhere else in the world, the documentary, what that is doing, the eyes that is bringing onto this football club in a positive way as well, because eyes mean one thing or the other, but it's all in a good look as well. Everybody absolutely loves it, and the amount of people that come up to me daily and remind me about it, it's phenomenal. Honestly, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's massive. It's incredible. And as well, right, so I was doing those GoPro in the goal things at the time, right, on the Cycling GK, and I've never had a problem with my GoPro or a battery, never, right, in a couple years of doing it. The only time it's ever, like, not recorded is for the last 40 minutes of that Notts County game. Only one, I promise you. I swear, if I had that footage, I'm selling it to Ryan and Disney and everybody for hundreds of thousands as well. It died. I was fuming, absolutely heartbroken as well. But I genuinely do think as well, having that GoPro in that corner made him try and put it in that corner as well. I'm almost certain of it. I'm sure he's trying to aim for the GoPro and knock it out. So I thought, sorry, I'm going to dive to my right. It's good. Yeah, it's good. Right, what are we saying? Should we do one more? Couple? All right, couple more then. Let's go then.
Cheers. First of all, cheers for the shirt. Much
well
appreciated.
Done, well, cheers, Ewan.
I think everyone in the room knows how good a manager Phil Parkinson is, but very few of us know about Phil as a person, as a character. What can you tell us about Phil Parkinson as a man?
Oh, good question, yeah. Do you want me to lead out?
Yeah, go on.
He's actually very softly spoken. Very softly spoken, isn't he? He's got a very calm demeanour about him. In the week, he doesn't get very carried away, very excited. I've seen him lose his shit. I've seen him lose his shit at training a few times when the standard slips. Technically, he's not too fussed about it being not brilliant, because sometimes you will get that. But if the effort and the intensity isn't there, he will give you a good old go, and he'll stop training and he'll make everybody sure everybody knows. But I think that's the bit that makes you really stand up and take notice and go, oh yeah, we better. But as a bloke, he's just really calm, really calm and softly spoken. He's just, he's a nice guy.
Ben, can I just add to that question just quickly? When you decided to call it a day after 5-6 games, how was Phil with you on a personal level?
Oh, he was brilliant. He was, he understood. He said,
"Is that threw a spanner in the works?" Sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, he was fantastic. He basically listened to everything I had to say, and he said, I take the weekend then, and I'll speak to you on Monday morning, and we'll go from there. And he didn't text me, he didn't bother me. He left it till Monday morning. I rung him again. Yeah, not a problem. I totally get it. Totally understand. Sweet, isn't it? That's what he's like. He's just very calm with it all. Really nice.
Yeah, look, I can't speak highly enough of him. I think he's absolutely brilliant. Look, attitude reflects leadership, and what you see from us is obviously what we get from the manager, how he is on a daily basis. I think the good thing is he doesn't get involved in a lot, doesn't he? He lets you do what you need to do to get ready for a game. Yeah. He lets you get on with it. Like I'll tell you, my methods are a bit unique, leading up to games and some of the stuff I do, which is some people would tell you, no, you're doing too much or don't do this, but he lets you do what works for you.
He trusts you.
Yeah, he trusts you. That's the best way to put it. He trusts you that whatever gets you right for a Saturday, you do that. And then when you're speaking to him as well, it's just like, the conversations are always short and sweet, but like, it's just, like you said, soft-spoken, like, really, really nice man.
What's it like with you, Elliot?
Yeah, he's been brilliant with me. Even like I said, when I wasn't playing at the start, he would always call me into his office, tell me like, just be patient, we brought you here for a reason, I'm just not sure how things are working at the minute. So he's great with me in that way, like kept me motivated. Yeah, and I think it's always a good sign of a manager when lads who aren't in the squad, aren't getting in the team, they're still not slagging him off.
Yeah.
And none of that happens in our changing room. One, because we have good people, but two, because there's nothing to slag him off about. Like, I feel like the best thing you can be as a manager is just honest. And I think that he's got that in abundance. He's just honest with people. That's all you can ask for, really. And yeah, I think he's massive on trust. I think once the gaffer trusts you, like that's when you're in with him, and he's got your trust, you've got his trust. I think that's why you see like the characters he brings in. And to be fair, like our team there's a strong core. I think that's all through trust and people he's worked with. Because even coming in to League One, he could have brought in whoever he wanted. Like the gaffer would have had the run of the mill for top Championship players, free agents. But you've seen how he's stuck with a lot of players who, I think there was a stat, maybe 7 of us started in the National League that are starting in League One now. So like I said, I think he's very big on that trust. But yeah, he's the best I've worked with, definitely from like a man management point of view.
I think that what you just said there is, I think that needs to be appreciated for Wrexham, because he is allowed to identify and sign the players that he wants to sign. It's as simple as that. He wants to sign them. So every player that's at the club currently is because he has identified them, and then once he's in that club, he wants them to stay as well. Whereas there's plenty of clubs up and down the country, we all know this, we see it every single day, that they don't get a say. Managers don't get a say anymore in a football club. The owners do it. The owners are the ones trying to buy the young talent through that might make them money. It doesn't work like that at Wrexham, and that's why you have this connection with this football club, is because that it rings true with you guys as well, that it's a proper football club and they do it properly because they're good people and they're proper people, aren't they? It's lovely. Yeah, really good question though. He's a fantastic man. He really is. Really good guy. Really good guy. Yeah, right, we're going to go 2 more, okay? Last 2, Jamie. Pick the last 2 wisely.
Thank you. Question for Ben. Given the significance of your first spell with us on your career and the significance of your second spell on our season, which is your favourite?
It's a good question, yeah. This one is my favourite because of all the memories. They're so recent, I remember them all, and being part of something that's so special. But the 2005 is where it all started for me. It literally was a springboard for the rest of my career, for the next sort of 15, 20 years of my career. Because without that loan spell to Wrexham, I hadn't even played for Stoke City, who I was on loan from. So I played 18 games for Wrexham and got a move to Man United. Like, bonkers, lads. Absolutely bonkers, seriously. So they're different feelings. They're different feelings. And when you're 23, 24 years old and you sign for Manchester United, having just come from Wrexham, it's just too much of a whirlwind to process. Whereas when I'm a bit older, 39 years old, and I'm playing, you can appreciate it more, and you don't get too bogged down with all the this, that, and whatever. You just learn to appreciate what is in front of you there and then. And being part of playing with Elliot Lee and James McClean and some of the other boys in the team, and being part of it is, yeah, it was incredible. So different, completely different. It's a good question though, I like it. Very, very good. Yes, go on then, Jay. Is this the last one, Jay?
One final one, yeah.
So if it's a bad question, it's on you, mate.
He's got a good question.
It's good.
So my biggest achievement is meeting the Mayor of Wrexham. So what is your biggest achievement?
Oh, it's a good last question, lads, isn't it? Should we get a little clap for that? That's a good last question. Right, Jiminy.
Biggest achievement?
Football-wise, biggest achievement?
Getting 100 caps for my country.
For Ireland?
Yeah, getting 100 caps for Ireland.
You got 100 caps for Ireland?
103.
Elliot?
Biggest achievement. I think I'd pick number one. It'd be the National League season for Wrexham, just because the way the season was. It wasn't like, oh, we just ran away with it. It was. Yeah, I think unless you were part of that season every day, the way that Notts County were there and the pressure that we had on us, and everyone like just wanting to beat Wrexham, it was grueling. Like that season was tough, tougher than people think. But to actually do it against Boreham Wood that day was probably one of the best feelings I've ever had. Yeah.
Do you remember playing Barnet away?
Yeah.
And drawing 0-0?
Yeah.
How hard was that game?
Yeah, you.
That was one of the good ones.
Yeah,
that was one of the good ones. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it for
Fads
that.
got sent off.
But yeah, the gaffer got sent off. Who was that? Who else got sent off?
No, Fads got sent off.
Fads got sent off, and the gaffer at the end of the game as well.
At the end of the game got sent
but remember how tough that game was.
Oh yeah.
It was brutal, wasn't it?
Brutal,
But that's what it was.
And that was right down the nitty-gritty end of the season. I think was that after Notts County.
That was after Notts County. Yeah.
So we still hadn't done it even after beating Notts County.
It's good, mate. Yeah. It was a massive, but it was brutal. It was so hard, wasn't it? So hard.
Can we just, there's a little lad down there with blonde hair, can we just do one more, please?
Yes, little
He was
man, of course
waving
we
his
can.
hand furiously for about 10 minutes, so we can't not leave him out.
Hold on, we've waited for the microphones all night, and you could just shout it out.
Should have just shouted it.
It's taken a 4-year-old. How old are you? I'm joking. Sorry, what's your name? Sorry, mate. Henry. I love that. Thank you very much. What's your question? Oh, go on then.
When we got promoted and beat Forest Green that day, because it just everything just literally the un-Wrexham way ever. Everything just went to plan so smoothly. Like there was so much that had to happen that day for us to get promoted on the day. It just went literally so smooth, like so perfect. And then when obviously with a few minutes to go, when everyone just kind of descended down towards the advertising hoarding, you're just like, because we actually hadn't, because we were still on the pitch, so we didn't know. So when that happened, it was like, something's happened here. Like something, like it must be going our way. And then got the word filtered through that it's done, we're promoted, and then it's just chaos on the pitch, and it was brilliant.
I think it'd be Boreham Wood for me that game when we did it.
The pitch invasion.
Yeah, especially because up until 3-1 with about 2 minutes, I never even that whole season I hadn't thought like. Not once did I think, we've done it now, but we got to like the 89th against Boreham Wood and we were 3-1 up, and I was like, I looked around and I was like, we've actually done it.
I can relax. Do you remember going 1-0 down after about 30 seconds?
Wrexham way though, isn't it? That's the Wrexham way.
It was Toes, weren't it? It was Ben Toes, and they played the ball over and he tied himself up in a pretzel trying to... And I was thinking, don't do this.
Best thing that happened though,
That was incredible.
That was actually the best thing that happened.
That got everybody going.
Everyone then just went, right, come on.
Yeah, that was incredible, Yeah, that pitch invasion. It's not a game, but that pitch invasion.
They know how to do a pitch invasion.
Huh?
Wrexham fans know how to do a pitch invasion.
Yeah, they know.
I was on someone's shoulder, and I had someone trying to take my boots off, someone trying to take my shorts off. Wait a minute, what's going on here? This is no word of lie, by the way. Someone was actually trying to take my shorts off and trying to untie my boots while I was on someone's shoulders on the pitch. And I was like, I need these. I
had a grown man kiss me on the lips.
Yeah.
You 3 times.
You enjoyed it.
Henry, that was a belting last question, mate. Well done. Should be proud of yourself. That's it. That's it, you lot. Thank you so much.
Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed the latest episode of the Fozcast. Don't forget to give us a follow on Spotify of the Fozcast.